Hello everyone, Marco255 here and welcome back to another video. Super Smash Bros. Is one of the coolest video game franchises ever, taking literally any video game out there and importing their style into a fighting game, pinning them against everyone else. Arguably, the biggest moments in this franchise's history are the character reveals. Due to the fact that anyone can get in, it means that anyone can get excited for a new game to see who can potentially make it in this time. The character reveal trailers seem to get more hype than the actual game announcements after all. Throughout the game's history there have been some great reveals and some not so good ones, so let's go through and rank them based on my history with the announcements, the timing of the announcements, how well they represent the character and world, etc. One thing before this list starts however, I will not include the trailers from Super Smash Bros. Brawl, because I was not around when that game's hype was at its peak. Even though Snake and Sonic were in the game and that was super cool, I feel like I can't give a decent verdict because I was not there for the announcement. We'll also be separating characters who appear in the same trailer because I want to. We will only be covering all the trailers for Smash 4 and Ultimate in this video. Without further ado, let's rank every Smash Bros. Character reveal.
So joining Smash consumes even the darkness.
Shut up! Shut up!
Byleth's reveal trailer was a crime against humanity and Sakurai should have learned to never do something like it again. Now, unlike 90% of people that exist on this planet, I actually somewhat tolerate the amount of Fire Emblem characters in Smash. Yeah, there could easily be a few less to make room for another Zelda character or two, for example, but I don't think it's an absurd number considering the actual amount of Fire Emblem games that exist. However, this trailer messed up in basically every way it could. Here's why. This was the last character of the first wave of DLC fighters for Ultimate, so we were expecting someone much grander than another Fire Emblem character. The actual game Byleth comes from also came out only 6 months before they were added to this game, which completely contradicts the reason as to why Sakurai didn't put Xenoblade 2 characters into OG Ultimate. He said the game was too new, so why does this not count? Post-scripting mark here, this might be wrong, I've heard many more reasons now why Xeno 2 things didn't make it in. Additionally, the timing was terrible as well, with it being in its own separate presentation instead of a full-on direct. The moment the trailer started, we already knew who it was, but it just kept on going. The trailer is so unbelievably long, boring, and cringy for a lack of a better term to watch. It straight up feels like a parody fandom at points.
There is no other choice. You must join Smash.
They also put a ton of focus on being able to play as female Byleth, like, what's new, it's been done before. Everything about this trailer comes together to create something that just feels depressing to watch. And I'm glad we have moved on from this to get to actual peak trailers, which we will talk about later. Cuphead was so much more exciting than this, let's be real.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm Smash!
Corrin's trailer just makes no sense at all. If you don't know, during the DLC for Smash 4, there was a poll called the Smash Fighter Ballot, where anyone could submit a request for a character they wanted in the game. While some of the most popular choices couldn't make it for various reasons, this is the reason we have Cloud and Bayonetta in the game, so thanks fans. However, in the middle of both of these, we got Corrin, the protagonist for Fire Emblem Fates, a game which didn't even come out in Western regions yet. This inclusion just feels like promotion for the game, which every single other fighter, even Byleth to an extent, does not feel like at all. I believe this character inclusion is the key reason why people complain about the number of Fire Emblem characters so much. At least it wasn't potentially the last piece of content for this game, unlike some insult to every other fighter. I just realized Dark Pit wasn't on the tier list I was following, so he'll be here at number 44. For the next few inclusions, these are trailers for either Echo Fighters in Ultimate or characters that return from previous games in 4. First, Dark Samus. It's okay, they just appear and start killing. Let's move on. Daisy's announcement isn't really even a trailer per se, it's more of a show-off of how Echo Fighters are. But at least I get to hear Sakurai yap on in this one, so yeah, it's better than Dark Samus at least.
I suppose I'll get my chance another day.
Crumb's trailer is the highest of all the ones who don't appear in CGI trailers because there's actual history to this inclusion. He didn't get into 4, and here he is now. Yay! No one really got super upset at this inclusion either, so yeah. Mewtwo's a bit of a weird case because they were announced way before the trailer happened. I can't find the original announcement for some reason, but this character was already playable in Melee, and they have the same moves in 4, so whoop-de-doo. I think Charizard's trailer is just really funny with hindsight. I can imagine everyone watching this when it aired being so confused because he's already playable via Pokemon trailer in Brawl. At least the build-up is cool, with the Pokeballs being thrown onto the battlefield.
You don't belong in this world, monster!
This trailer is even funnier in hindsight. Going back and looking at reactions of people still freaking out about Simon, and then seeing this MFer just appear and then being like, who the fuck is this? It's such a riot. At least the announcement looks cool as hell.
Bring it on!
This was quite the interesting time because there was a pretty strong leak going around called the Grinch leak, due to it having connections to the Grinch movie for whatever reason, I don't remember. What was more interesting about it was that it showed a finalized Ultimate mural, with DLC characters included. Ken was one of the characters on here, so it started off being decently likely, then got completely thrown in the fire when Incineroar appeared. Ken wasn't the hypest thing for me, but it's still cool to see him nonetheless. But he does kill Little Mac, and that hurts me mentally. I love Punch-Out.
僕を忘れないでほしいな。
The one thing Roy's reveal has above the rest is the fact that it acknowledges the Roy the Koopaling and Roy Fire Emblem thing. That is funny enough to get it this high. Plus the fire thing at the beginning is pretty hard.
What is this power?
Lucina's trailer is this high due to being CGI. I like the CGI trailers. The CGI in Smash trailers is, in my opinion, one of the most important things to make it stand out. Obviously, it can change depending on the style of the original game, like Joker and Terry's trailers, but just looking at game footage is always such a disappointment. We'll talk about this later. At least the trailer acknowledges how weird it is that we got Lucina instead of Chrom, with the question mark and exclamation mark at the end of the text.
PK Fire!
Lucas's reveal is the only one of these trailers that actually tries something cool with itself. Just beating the ever-loving shit out of Ness, and then having him appear out of nowhere, which the trailer knows as well. Overall, these trailers aren't as exciting as the others, either due to already being in previous Smash games, or just kind of appearing and doing shit you'd expect them to do. It does make sense why they'd be like this though.
Get ready for the next battle.
And here's the first non-Echo, non-Smash 4 comeback trailer that isn't a reason for the 7 Deadly Sins' existence. Kazuya's trailer almost feels like it's trying to mimic these other ones due to it being him throwing Ganon off the cliff, then him appearing. It just feels really unstructurally sound in a bad way. At least the shots of him throwing his enemies down the cliff is hard as hell.
Let's dance, boy.
Bayonetta's trailer is seriously hurt due to the use of no CGI. It is painfully obvious that there were plans to use some form of alternate style for this trailer, but it just feels super awkward without it. At least the reveal is really hype, and it shows off Bayonetta really well and the stuff she brings. Why did they go so unbelievably hard with this trailer? It's goddamn Bowser Jr. Why do we have the insanely cool shots like this? And insanely intense fighting moments like this? It's also the only CGI trailer to show the shield off, which makes it feel more like Smash Bros. I mean, I'm glad we got these really cool shots, but the fact that they're for Bowser Jr., not someone like Bayonetta, makes it feel more weird than usual. Honestly, for a game structured like ARMS, where there's no characters people really care about, let's be real, it was the right call to say that an ARMS character would be coming, before showing us which one. The trailer was well structured, the style is really cool, and it's really funny in some parts. It's just bogged down by being a character no one really thinks about anymore, even though it is probably the best character chosen from that game. I think starting off with ARMS was a great call, however, for the second DLC, because it set us up to think much lower of who will be coming next, and I'm sure you already know what exactly happened after this one. I feel like Hero's announcement heavily relies on how much you wanted it, and I obviously didn't know a single thing about Dragon Quest, so I didn't care. The trailer is really good though, so I'll take it. This was a good choice of character, but nothing too exciting, especially compared to the characters before and after. I feel like a trap that lots of trailers can fall into is making it blatantly obvious who exactly is coming the moment it starts, this one included. Not only did Villagers 1 announce the whole ass game of Smash 4, it starts with Animal Crossing gameplay, so you know that an Animal Crossing rep's coming immediately. Decent, but pretty forgettable all things considered. I don't really know what to say about this one, honestly. There might have been a better choice for a Pokemon rep than Greninja, but I have no idea because I don't play Pokemon. I guess the reveal was really cool, and the fight scene too, but there's nothing extremely noteworthy about this trailer. I like the Pikmin being thrown and perishing though, that's awesome.
It's going to be alright.
I really love the fact that they chose Captain Falcon for this fight scene in Robin's announcement. It makes this trailer a lot more memorable and fun to watch because it doesn't use the usual characters you'd expect from these trailers. However, the end of the trailer feels really weird, because it's sort of like they couldn't figure out a way to incorporate the final Smash and female Robin into the trailer seamlessly, so they threw it in the end. It's a really unfortunate end to a pretty damn good trailer overall.
So, you wanna fight fire with fire, huh?
Like I was saying earlier about Ken's announcement, Incineroar's announcement completely deconfirmed the Grinch leak when that was around, which left me absolutely flabbergasted, and I vowed to never put faith in a leak again. Anyways, what do you think the Switch 2 will have on its release? This trailer has the pleasure of having the funniest moment within the actual trailer, as opposed to the character being ridiculous. Right here. It was so damn funny to me on rewatch, and I don't know why. Great trailer, I just don't care about Incineroar, sorry. Ryu's trailer is damn lucky to be this high, because if it didn't reference Street Fighter 2 in the best way it could've, it would totally be a lot lower with Bayonetta, due to having a lack of CGI. It just has a great feel when watching it, unlike the other non-CGI trailers, and I don't know why. That's about it though, there's not really anything else too noteworthy about it. Dude, how are people not more confused when Luigi shot a damn plunger in Simon's trailer? This is the first trailer on the list where some character fucking dies, and Luigi kicks the bucket when the damn Grim Reaper takes his actual soul, then Simon comes in soon after to take him down, and it is really damn cool. I also feel like this is the first example of what I think is the perfect structure for a Smash character announcement should be. Starting off with characters interacting in an environment, then one little detail goes past the screen which basically confirms that that character's coming, and everyone in the room starts crying. I'll get more into this structure when we reach roughly the top 5.
Breathe slowly as you hold this pose.
And here's our first stupid character choice I find absolutely hysterical. There's just something about watching Wii Fit Trainers reveal that just cracks me up every time for some reason. Because who in their right mind would want just a yoga teacher as a character in Smash? Sakurai is the answer to that question, and I wouldn't have it any other way. This is also the only trailer here which does the splash screen after the gameplay, which makes it even weirder. Duck Hunt's inclusion in Smash is arguably Mario's fault because he thought he was important enough to come along somehow. Seeing the 8-bit sprites turn into the CGI models is really cool, and I like how this trailer implies that there's someone shooting the targets that appear in Duck Hunt Smash attacks and other attacks. Again though, this is such a stupid choice of a character, and I live for it. Even Duck Hunt themselves look flabbergasted at their inclusion. Also, the attacks on time with the music in the background is absurdly satisfying. I love it.
Yo, yo, yo! Ah! Hey, cover!
I feel like if I cared more about the characters shown off in Terry's trailer, I'd be a ton more invested and put it a lot higher. As it stands, however, it's still really fun to see everyone try their hardest to grab that invitation, even seeing that guy fall off that building just for a chance at Smash. And obviously, Terra's reveal is super cool too. His
Hey, cover!
is embedded into my skull. Even though Cloud's trailer has no CGI, I've complained about it way too much, sorry, the sheer significance of this reveal is why it places so high. I also just love the way they structured it too, showing stars in the sky, then slowly zooming out onto the logo everyone knows and loves with that classic track in the background, showing off his model and then saying that kick-ass line. They really nailed this reveal by not focusing on trying to tell a story, unlike a certain one we saw a long time ago. A really great trailer that shows off how important this reveal is perfectly.
I'm really feeling it!
I'm certain, if I never played Xenoblade Definitive Edition, I'd never have put Shulk's trailer so high, but looking back on it after having played and loved it, it's so cool, man. It follows that perfect structure well, showing Bowser running around, then getting confused at a butterfly, and showing off that classic blade before backslashing the absolute hell out of Bowser. It uses the vision mechanic of the game super well too, as well as showing the Monado's skills really well. The music choices are perfect, my god, I love it! If I wasn't an actual child when this happened, I'd be all over this damn trailer. Finally, hearing Metal Face at the end is so cool. Oh, I love this trailer to death. Ridley's announcement is one of those perfect examples of a perfect character reveal structure. It starts off with Mario, Mega Man, and Samus slowly walking ominously, clearly on the lookout for something. Then out of nowhere, this moment. Back when this happened, even though I had never beaten a Metroid game, I wanted Ridley in Smash so bad because of everyone saying that he was too big. Yes, I was a contrarian. This moment here confirmed it in my eyes back then, and I was actually on the floor, bawling my eyes out. I had already cried that day due to the Everyone Is Here announcement, but this moment was, and still is, the most intense reaction I've had to an announcement for anything, ever. Not even my most wanted character, Banjo, got me crying on the floor like I was here. Memories aside, there's really nothing else to this trailer, but damn, that moment is just absolutely perfect. Even though Ridley's trailer had a perfect moment, it wasn't nearly as impactful as the other ones, so it goes lower than them. Pac-Man's trailer is Pac-Man, so obviously the significance of this announcement brings it so high, but I also like the general structure of it and how funny the simplicity of the actual announcement is. It's also the only trailer to show Smash 3DS footage after Villager, which is cool, as well as confirming Game & Watch's return with the fun trivia at the end. I don't think of this trailer a lot, but when I watch it, I have a blast. Little Mac's trailer is right up there with Bowser Jr. and a few others to be a contender for the hardest trailer in Smash history. The style is absolutely incredible. Seeing Little Mac work his absolute heart out is so cool. And the ending scene is pretty funny too. I also have a ton of bias towards Punch-Out, so yeah. If only playing a sim lived up to the hype of this trailer, it would be higher. That's a joke. Rosalina's reveal sort of leaves you very confused because it starts off with Kirby, then goes to Mario Kart. At that point, it could be anyone from either series, but when Illuma comes down and you see the launch star, it becomes obvious. Whilst I do have a ton of bias towards Rosalina, she is my favourite character who first appears in my favourite Mario game after all, I just love the aesthetic of this trailer. Rainbow Road always looks really beautiful, Mario Galaxy music elevates this a ton, and everything else is just fantastic. The ending is really cute too, it just has it all.
I got an invitation to join Smash!
I feel like Pyro and Mythos trailer is super obvious that Sakurai didn't have a ton of influence over the whole thing. He confirmed this within the showcase of the characters themselves, and it overall just has a much more unique vibe than the rest of the trailers here. It's also the longest out of all of them by far, but it is consistently engaging throughout the whole thing, unlike some case of Alzheimer's. This trailer's unique vibe and consistent fun throughout the whole thing just makes it so damn incredible, and I hope that if there's any future Smash games, hopefully not by Sakurai, he deserves a break, that we get more that feel like this one. I feel like I could go on forever about this trailer, to be honest. There's just so much to love about it. I feel like I've talked myself into liking it more. Shulk's voice actor is clearly different though, right?
Now that you're in Smash, I won't go easy on you!
It can't just be me, right? Gonna be completely honest, right out of the gate here, I hated Isabelle's inclusion when it was announced. I was genuinely so ticked off about it because they had too similar of a moveset to Villager, so what was the damn point outside of making them an Echo? I have since learned that any fighter can be a good one as long as they make sense, because there is a certain one I was also pissed off at first, but I have since grown to love, but that's for later. Anyways, the timing of this trailer was genuinely way too perfect. At the end of a Nintendo Direct, they always announce some crazy cool thing, and we all thought it would be a new Animal Crossing for Switch at the beginning. Then out of nowhere, it was going to be the last thing. Then Tom Nook appears soon after the trailer finishes and announces an actual Animal Crossing game is indeed coming to the Switch. It's honestly really funny to look back on, and I just love looking back at my pure hatred. It was way too funny how upset I got over a stupid dog getting into a dumb fighting game. A fantastic trailer that holds up today really well. Yet another one of the hardest trailers ever conceived. The Mii Fighters reveal is one of the most unique ones that exist, because it uses real people beating each other up, those people being Reggie and Iwata. It is such a fun trailer to watch, and I can just imagine people thinking that it meant that the actual people are getting in, and that is the funniest thought ever. Also, this is way too funny. Piranha Plant's trailer is the funniest thing I have ever seen. We thought we had seen all the new characters in this direct. Then they shove this half DLC, half not character in our face and it's just a regular ass Piranha Plant. Not Pity Piranha or any other significant form that Viridi would know. Just a Piranha Plant. Everyone was either laughing their asses off at this announcement or just bewildered out of their mind. And it is just so damn funny. Overall, just the funniest thing ever made, and that's why I love it so much. King K. Rool has another hard as hell trailer with a perfect mix of funny moments like the Awooga eyes on DK and Diddy when K. Rool appears, to one of the coolest shots out of all of these trailers. The beginning section showing off all the villains is great, and the King DDD bait and switch is really funny too. This is just an insanely memorable and fun trailer to rewatch over and over again, and I just hope we get more things about K. Rool in the future, please Nintendo. The sheer excitement the world had when Mega Man was announced is close to being uncontested, but there's like 3 or 4 other characters that shook the world more. Don't worry, I'm not trying to downplay this trailer, as it is simply fantastic. With the CGI moments still being so damn exciting to this day, the second half being focused on showing off all the Mega Man powers being so exhilarating, and the music perfectly scoring the whole trailer. My only complaint is that they ended with the CGI stuff for this down smash of all things. Weird choice of a final move, but it looks absolutely insanely cool, so that's hardly a complaint. This is easily the best trailer for Smash 4 we ever got, but there's one I like more.
Lady Palutena? Oh, I'm not here to save you, Pit.
I cannot stress how much I love the style of Palutena's trailer. Having an official 2D animated fight between Pit and Link is so cool to watch, and it excites me every time I catch a mere glimpse of it. Palutena's descent is so damn hard. That moment people talk about exists. I have the hugest bias towards Kid Icarus Uprising, it's an amazing game, play it please. I love this video to absolute death. It also makes me really depressed though, because it's basically the only 2D animated stuff we got of Kid Icarus Uprising, and I am so unbelievably desperate for more, my god! Another contender for the hardest reveal of all time, Sephiroth's announcement is so absurdly good. Not only did it open the gates for true Final Fantasy representation, because it got really shafted with Cloud, the trailer is so cool to watch every time. From a single strike to Galeem taking it down immediately, to hearing Cloud say with anger, Sephiroth, to to One Winged Angel giving such an unbelievably dramatic feel to the trailer, to by far the hardest shot in Smash reveal history, no doubt. This is just so much packed into 3 minutes, it is genuinely absurd. I think it's easy to say this is the coolest Smash character reveal of all time, but it's not the best in my eyes.
This is Joker. The mission is go.
I cannot think of a better character to start Ultimate's DLC than Joker. The first trailer for him happened at the Game Awards in 2018, when nobody could have guessed we'd be getting our first look at Ultimate's DLC so fast. It was so unassuming. It's just your regular ass goings on with the Phantom Thieves until...
Invited to steal the greatest treasure of all. What?
I can hear the crowd's cheer, the pure excitement of every Persona fan at the sight of this, every time I watch it. The shadows turning into various Smash characters is also so cool. The second trailer happened during Joker's showcase event, and it shows perfectly what he can do, what is included, and how the future of Ultimate's DLC will go. Yeah, I'm probably extremely biased towards this game because I beat it very recently as of the time of making this video. It's my favorite game ever now, I'll probably talk about it another day. But the feeling I get at that moment is almost unparalleled. This is the perfect way to introduce us to what this crazy DLC has to offer. And I could never have guessed that I'd find the best piece of media I've ever experienced because of this announcement. Picture this. You are a huge fan of the Banjo-Kazooie games, and you are desperate to see just one little thing about them anytime soon. You're watching a Nintendo Direct and, oh, Heroes in Smash, cool. I'm sure they won't announce another character. They need to do Heroes Showcase after all. Wait, there is another character? Wait, it's starting like K. Rool's trailer. Is another DK villain coming? Who could it be? You are now screaming at the top of your lungs throughout the rest of this trailer and the trailer announcing Breath of the Wild 2 because your most wanted character for Smash Bros. Actually got added in. This is a once-in-a-blue-moon scenario, and I seriously cannot believe that it actually happened to this day. Everything about this trailer screams, they finally made it. DK, Diddy, and K. Rool cheer as they are announced. The reference to the end of the game with K. Rool falling and being crushed by a rock is perfect, and that ending mural is something I will treasure till the end of time. It truly feels special when something you've wanted for your whole life actually happens. And this is it. Words cannot describe how much I love this trailer, so I'll leave it here. There are trailers I think are better after all, so let's keep moving. Starting off this trailer with regular ass gameplay is honestly really good as it sets you up to expect absolutely anything. Then throwing Mario into CGI land showing the eyes of spiders and Enderman, then having the man himself casually rock up as if it's nothing special, was genuinely perfect. There is a perfect contrast from the chillness of the trailer to the reaction of the world when it is confirmed that Steve, from Minecraft, is actually in Super Smash Bros. Like, for real, not a joke. The music feels so full of excitement and fun, as if it's saying, you aren't dreaming, this is real, let's go! The timing of this announcement was absolutely perfect, setting us up for nothing special with Byleth and Min Min just before this. Nothing about this trailer feels real, and that is why it works genuinely perfectly. I really wish I could say more about this announcement, but I think I've already said everything I need to. An absolutely perfect trailer, perfectly timed with perfect execution. So let's see how you go further than perfection.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Oh, well, actually, we have one more announcement.
March 8th, 2018. After a slew of fantastic announcements, such as Undertale, Crash Insane Trilogy, and the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion, Nintendo let us off with one more announcement. This was directly after Splatoon 2's DLC was announced, and it started off with more Splatoon. Not only that, but it looked more like Splatoon 1 more than anything. Why is it getting darker? What's going on? Whilst Sephiroth had the coolest moment in Smash reveal history, this is the best moment, bar none. Every single time I rewatch it, I get chills and close to tears. And I was in tears when this happened. It was the first announcement thing to ever make me cry. Now with hindsight, hearing the main theme quiet in the background is perfect. The reveal is perfect, the timing was perfect. And it led me to a few straight months of more speculation before more news was shown. I love this reveal so much, and I thought nothing could possibly top it. There is nothing that could happen to surpass it. So let's see how they did surpass it. The final trailer starts how the first trailer ended, with the fiery logo I came to adore. Immediately I knew that this was gonna be huge. The choir comes back in as the logo slowly fades away, with a single drop of fire surviving. It's then revealed that everyone has turned into a statue incapable of movement. All hope seems lost. Until the fire burns brighter than ever before. Without thinking, Mario breaks free from his prison and slowly walks up to the fire, ready to try and summon the one who will break everyone else free. He reaches in, throws it in the air where it is then revealed it is a Keyblade, Mickey Mouse logo and all. The door has been opened as a wonderful remix of Simple and Clean plays, while Sora emerges as gleeful as ever. Everyone is shocked whilst he flies all over the place, happy to be here. The Keyblade calls for him and...
Let's go!
This is genuinely beautiful to me. Something about this trailer is just so mesmerizing and wonderful to watch, that I felt like I couldn't place it anywhere except number 1. The reference to the Sephiroth fights when the KH2 skin is shown is wonderful. Seeing Hollow Bastion in all of its glory is fantastic. The second half being him just having a good time with everyone is amazing. And of course, that final shot which I couldn't describe with words. Much like how Joker was a perfect introduction to Ultimate's DLC, Sora was the greatest way to end it, Ultimate as a whole, and Sakurai's involvement with the series as a whole, if that's the case. Ultimate is a perfect conglomerate of what makes Masahiro Sakurai so special as a game dev, and Sora's inclusion as the final character makes everything he's done feel so much more special. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Sakurai. Thank you for everything you've done for my childhood and countless others. Here's to a great future for you and game development if you choose to continue. Your channel's great, by the way, I know you're not watching this, but still. Smash Bros has and will always be one of the most special things to ever happen. We will never have a franchise with as big of a connected crossover as this one, as it is so difficult to collect these franchises as one. Ultimate really is the perfect end to the series, and whilst I am almost certain that we will get more games in the future, possibly not directed by Sakurai, I am completely content with what we have here. Once more, I cannot thank Sakurai enough for what he's done, and I hope he's happy where he is at the moment. Anyways guys, that just about does it for today's video everybody, really hope you all enjoyed it. And if you like my channel, then why not subscribe, click the like button, check out these videos, share with friends and family, check out my Discord server, and click the bell to let you be notified when any new videos come out. Anyways guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.